I want to talk about a few signs that your body tells you that you have to fast. I'm not telling it from somewhere that I read, I'm telling it from my own personal experience, that why I felt like that the fasting is necessary for me. One of the first indication of fasting is that you have some gut problems, and then you don't digest well, and then you have constipation or other way, like, I don't know, leaky gut. You have to go to the bathroom very often, you go to very little. This is one of the signs that your body is full of toxic, it is in toxic situation, and you have to help your body to get rid of these toxins. And then helping your body is feeding your body with good food, but also our body is built in a way that perfectly it can help itself by just leaving it aside without putting anything to our mouths, and eating. Our body will be able to take care of itself by just certainly fasting and then eating its bad cell. So the first sign is that you have a bad guts, you have a bad digestion, and then you are troubled. And the second sign is that you have a bad odor, which means that your mouth is stinking sometimes, and your armpit is stinking. Never ever in my life I felt that I'm stinky until like last year. And then suddenly I went to the gym. I was doing some kind of workout exercises, and then I felt like that is not me. That is very strange smell that comes from me, which is probably the result of toxins on my body and the stress level on my body, and so many things is contributing to my the odor on my prescription. I don't know, prescription. Anyway, so I mean, like a sweat, and then also the bad odor in my mouth, because I was constantly eating. If I don't eat 2 or 3 or 4 hours, I felt that there's a bad smell in my mouth. And there are some, of course, honest people that I feel very connected to, can tell me that you have a bad smell in your mouth also, which I don't take on offense, but I try to fix it also. So this is the second sign. The third sign is that you don't have a steady of normal sleep. You are troubled, and then you cannot sleep. Sometimes you wake up early, sometimes you wake up very late, sometimes you cannot fall asleep. It also means that your body is, again, very overloaded, and then your body needs a rest. And then you can give your body rest only by just cutting your food or limiting your food intake, nutrition intake. It can also, like, you can drink some kind of sweet stuff every day, and then you just take it. It's not a food or just a drink. It's the same. So you should limit your food intake, or like you should limit your intake from your mouth for certain hours. So this is the third sign, that is that your body needs a rest, your body needs a fasting. Another thing that is an indication of your body needs a fast is that you are constantly looking for something to put in your mouth, or it will make you troubled because your insulin level is out of control, and then you have to constantly feed yourself with something. Your mouth must work in 1 or 2 hours, and then you're craving sweets, you're craving chips, and then you're craving some kind of snacks, and then you are eating almost all day, every day, from the time you wake up until you sleep, which is really strongly suppressing or put health, let it be physical health, let it be mental health. So this is the fourth sign that your body needs a rest, which shows itself in an out of control way, that your body is out of control. It asks you some kind of food and asks you to give it to your body, and you give it, but it's not satisfied anymore, because the food is always what you take, and now it doesn't get satisfaction from the food, and that's why you have to eat more and more and more to calm down your insulin resistance. That was the fourth sign that I personally had before I started fasting. And the fifth sign is that you are getting very quickly tired and you run out of your breath. For example, when I was in wrestling, let's say in a match, I was trying to go as hard as I can for 1 or 2 rounds, and the third or fourth round I felt extremely tired. But the guys who are extremely lean, muscular, not so strong, big, but let's say small, but muscular, and then lean muscles, which means that they are not eating a lot, they are controlling their eating, could last for almost like a 5-6 rounds of wrestling. Meanwhile, I was explosive in the beginning, but later I lost my power. And then it means that I didn't have resistance or endurance. So if you don't have a strong endurance, which if you cannot run fast for a while, if you cannot do certain things, let's say the climbing the stairs, and if you are 30, if you are 25 or something, you cannot go up and down without being like without your tongue come out of your body mouth. It means that you have resistance problem, you have endurance problem also, and you need fasting, because your body have a lot of lactic acid, and then you have to get rid of this lactic acid by fasting also. This is the fifth, or I'm not sure, it's the sixth sign. There are so many signs that I had before I fasted. And another reason why you should fast is that you have a problem with your mental clarity. I don't say I have a perfect mental clarity right now by fasting, but it is much better than when I was constantly eating. Is obscuring my mind, blurring my attention, and then I lose my attention for anything more than 15 minutes. I'm done. I cannot do it. And then when I eat something, I constantly come back to my phone and then try to scroll, and then disturb myself or distract myself. So if you have an attention problem also, it means that your body needs a rest, and you should also fast. Another thing is that you need a fast if you are troubled in your mental state, if you are unhappy, if you are stressed, if you are sad. I think that fasting can help you in a spiritual level. There are so many benefits of fasting in a physical level, but also it has a lot of stuff that you can earn by fasting in a spiritual level. I mean, in a spiritual level, you earn by the earning of your spirituality is that you feel better, you feel happier, you feel contented, you feel connected, you feel control over your body. So I know there are so many things I can talk about, but fasting is wrestling with your own body, wrestling with your own desires, and then God sees it, of course. And then if you do it for God, for your own benefit, of course God will see it, and then sooner or later you will be rewarded for your endeavors to fight against your bad desires, to save your body from the pain that is caused by your dark desires, and then pure your body, pure your mind by simply not eating.